Hello there, beautiful pixels, and welcome back to another episode here on Truly Bedrock Season 7 with your favorite cardigan-wearing Minecraft character. And today in this episode, we're starting here at, I guess, what is our small little campsite where we have been collecting all of the various bits and bobs that we have been scouring on the server so far. But I think it is time for us to start building our first little base. And as you can see here, we don't have a lot, but what I do have is some bones that I've pried from the corpses of skeletons and some flowers. And well, as long as I bone meal the right thing, I think you know where this is going. We are going to be dealing with more color this season, and I'm going to go back to one of my three favorite colors using blue dye, cyan dye, and then also the light blue dye, which can also be known as turquoise, I guess. I'm going to call it turquoise. Turquoise dye. And we are going to be doing some small yet beautiful things with it. Yes, that's right, beautiful pixels. I'm going to try to build something small, and we'll see if I can figure it out. It might not happen, but I'm going to do my darndest to try to make sure that I have something gorgeous and tiny. But to pull off the hat trick, I am going to need some materials. In addition to all of this beautiful flowers right here, we are going to need some coal, some materials from caves, and then also probably some logs, because believe it or not, I think the rarest material on the server right now is oak logs. Why are oak logs so hard to come by? There are none. There are absolutely no oak logs anywhere nearby, so we're gonna have to go on a little adventure to see what we can find. Now, as you may have seen in that beautifully adapted piece of poetry I did for my last episode, we did manage to get some things. We managed to get some cactuses. I've got some copper that's smelting up, but yeah, not a lot of coal. We also have an incredible amount of fish because I fished for a very long time. Look at all this. Look at all this fishing rods and bows that don't have infinity. I only got one bow that had infinity. We believe all that, but we finally have something that at least I can feel slightly safe carrying around. So I feel that we're now fully prepared for us to go on a little bit of an adventure. And typical fashion me, I didn't realize that over here by the shopping district, it is a giant death trap of doom. So that's 2 deaths currently. Starting off your adventure right away by losing all of your stuff is pretty typical for me for some reason. I'm pretty good at staying alive as soon as I have, you know, something decent like feather falling and some decent armor. But when I just have unenchanted iron armor, I make a lot of mistakes, and those mistakes, well, they usually result in death. So we will need to go grab our armor down here. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is going to be the shopping district, this giant pit of death here. I don't know exactly what the plan is, but what I do know is that we're going to have lots of beautiful shops here, and I have officially received my invitation to build something here in the shopping district this season. So once we have a few more materials, we will be able to piece together something that hopefully looks gorgeous and is bigger than what we are going to build today. But with our stuff reacquired, let's get geared back up. Let's put our pants and our helmet on, and oh look, our head dropped. Lovely. We need to keep that safe because we want that to be a rare commodity. So without any further ado, let's head out into the wilderness and see if we can find ourselves some of this coal that we are desperately needing. Now, dear viewer, I hear yourself asking yourself, why are you, Alaydriem, going thousands upon thousands of blocks away just to get coal? Just dig a pit underground and find it. Well, that is the trick. You see, Zloy's Mountain has been completely stripped bare of any of the valuable materials on it, and as far as I am aware, that is the only place where there has been good surface access coal. It's the only mountain that is in a reasonable distance. So that means we are needing to head out way far over here to that mountain right over here. I believe that this is actually the closest place that has a mountain. I had to look on Chunk Base. I was spending hours just wandering around, and finally I just gave up and said, well, this is where we need to go. This is what we need to do. But also, we have our oak trees here, which I will grab a few of the logs and a bunch of the saplings from over here. And ooh, look at you. You are a gorgeous horse. Are you a good one? No, unfortunately, you're not as good as Glue Stick. Don't worry, you'll see. You'll learn more about Glue Stick. And on these hallowed hills, we find both iron, which we really have plenty of and candidly don't need anymore, and another material, which I had not expected to find, an emerald! Who knew that we'd find an emerald? If only we had silk touch or fortune. This is the second emerald that I have just found here in the surface in this world. So unfortunately, in classic Alaydriem fashion, I am just going to take it. But more importantly, coal. Again, fortune would be nice, but I have sat in front of me enchanter, and guess what I have not received? And many a times, I have not received the blessings of fortune. So I guess until then, I am just going to continue mining resources and only getting one drop at a time. It is sad. It is very sad. Just like losing this emerald right here. But you know what's not sad? This is quite a bit of coal. And it's very easy access coal. One of the best places since Minecraft 1.20 dropped to find coal is in these taller mountainous biomes that are mostly snow. I think these are windswept hills, snowy peaks, kind of anything of that sort. You can find yourself a whole bunch of coal just lying around, easy and available here on the surface. But what Chunk Base doesn't show you is that this mountain also has a calcite vein running all the way through it. And I don't know about you, when I see a calcite vein, I get really excited because this is a fantastic opportunity to get a very rare mineral without needing to go through all the hubbubaloo of trying to find yourself amethyst. I mean, will you just look at this? This thing runs the entire length of this little mountain right here, and it's just easy and available and accessible right here on the surface. The whole thing is going in my pockets. I don't care that I don't have the inventory to grab the other things that I came out here to get. I can always come back. This calcite is coming home with me. Now, when one is out and about, you often will stumble across both nether portals, which will grace you with their gold, and also villages. And I don't know if this is a new thing here in 1.21.90. Is that the version we're on? It's very confusing. But these villages now seem to offer a chance of giving bundles just randomly inside of one of the village chests. And I don't know about you, but this is a fantastic addition to the game. I absolutely love finding these. I'm trying to see if I can find one of these because it'll make me very happy. Oh, you're a fisherman. Oh, that's weird. One of these houses here, I guarantee you, is going to have a bundle inside of it. Hopefully this one right here. Hello? Yes. I feel that these bundles are a fantastic addition to the game, showing up inside of villages because it makes it so easy to keep adventuring. Where previously you would need to stop, regather your gear, head home, deposit something in a chest in the very early stages of the game, this is a fantastic way just to keep going out and adventuring without needing to trek all the way back home or find yourself a chest boat or kind of anything like that. I absolutely love and adore the fact that we have bundles that will just randomly spawn in villages because I don't like killing a bunch of animals or, more importantly, needing to find a whole bunch of string. It's just difficult. What are you looking at, buddy? He really was just shaking his eyes at me like, you're taking all of our wheat. Don't look at me like that, Golem. Don't look at me like that. Okay, maybe we need to get out of here. Maybe I'm upsetting the locals a little bit. So with trees and coal acquired, the next item on our list, aside from a driver's license, which clearly I need, is going to be some stalactites. And specifically the blocks that stalactites are going to grow on. Their name eludes me. I can never remember what their name is. And it looks like this village has been completely raided already. So we're just going to keep boating on our little boat. Next to where we are basing at, there's this massive ice field. And it goes on and on and on and on forever. And what I'm hoping is that even though this is a massive ice and snow field, that we eventually find ourselves one of these little caves that has the stalactites and will lead down into hopefully either a lush cave or something similar. I believe, however, that we have just stumbled across one of these torture huts that exist. It is one! Someone's already been down here, though, I can tell. This is one of the rarest structures in the game, and someone has, fortunately enough, left the baby and the zombie. This right here is the secret mechanic that teaches you how villager transformation works. There's supposed to be a splash potion in there along with a golden apple. I don't see these very often in here. So glad we were able to find that. But that right there is how you're supposed to figure out how the villager curing whole situation works. Fortunately for us, though, we have no need for villagers right now and have stumbled across just the materials that we need. Look at all of this right here. All of these beautiful blocks. And as long as I don't accidentally impale myself while causing one of them to drop, it's going to be a very, very good day for us. Now, these are one of my favorite blocks to use for path decorations. This, coupled with just a little bit of granite, rooted dirt, regular dirt, and grass, they make a very, very, very good combination for kind of any of the paths that you might have around. And I know that for not only the campsite that I'm going to be working on, but also the larger builds I'm going to be doing. Oh, hey, look at that. That's just a whole block of copper right there. Is this a whole copper vein? Oh, that's a whole copper vein right there. That could be fun. Anyway, with these blocks, they make very good pathing blocks just to kind of scatter in. And I love having just a whole bunch of them on hand because it makes designing things a whole lot easier. I'm going to go ahead and mine out all of this. Then we're going to zip back over to our campsite and then I'll catch up with you then. Or maybe after we figure out if Adequate needs any help. And back safe at home, the last material that we need is going to involve all of these sheep that we have on hand. And for the build that we're going to do, I was originally thinking that I was going to want a red color to work with, but I've decided after all that we're going to stick with those three colors I mentioned earlier, the blue, the turquoise, which is also light blue, and a little bit of cyan, and we're going to use that for our build. So what we need to do here is we need to dye all these sheep a different color. Fortunately, unlike real life, you can just splash dye on them and they permanently change color, and then simply shear all of their. And now with all of our materials gathered, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves one of our early diamond tools, and we're going to actually enchant the shovel because I want just a little bit of efficiency on it. Efficiency 2 would be nice. I would really like efficiency 2 with unbreaking though. We're going to risk this. This is a very risky decision to make. If we re-enchant this, oh, it actually became worse. I didn't. Unbreaking 1 with efficiency 2. And that's going to help a lot. So let's quickly talk about what we're going to be doing. For the start of this season, I'm going to build myself a campsite. That's right. We're building a small little cozy campsite that we can live in, at least until we start working on all of our larger builds. So without further ado, why don't you go ahead, sit back, relax, enjoy the little bit of music, and let's get started with our first time lapse of the season. Let's go. And just like that, look at that. I did it. A small build. It ain't big, it's small. It's nice and cozy if you ask me. I love it, I love it, I love it. So for this build, I really wanted to stay small. I really wanted to keep a small build that I could move all of my stuff into, that I could sort of like be a little bit of a pack rat, but also that we could actually kind of live in. When you look at this small little cozy tent, I know I'm trying to stay small, but we have all of our things in here. Got a bed, don't worry, we only kind of do that later on. All of our furnace equipment here so we can cook, smelt food, cook any of our materials that we have, anvil, grindstone up in here. We'll probably won't move the enchanter down here. That will probably just stay up there for a little while. But we have ourselves a cozy little sitting area in case anyone wants to come and visit us. Got a nice little warm pot of water on. Might be brewing some soup. Might be brewing a potion. Who knows? And then a little bit of chaotic storage over here. This is just a fun little exciting build to make. You can just kind of come over here, grab whatever you need. I don't know where any of the items are going to go, so hopefully that's enough storage for what we have. If not, I have a couple barrels kind of lying down in here. What I'll probably do if I run out of storage is just line the entire bottom of this with barrels, and then we'll throw a whole bunch of material over it in order to make it spawn proof. So that's going to be the plan for how we're going to solve that problem. But there it is. My challenge has been completed for this episode. I have built something small while retaining the level of detail that I need personally in order to feel like I am not absolutely horrible at this game. I really love this little tent, this little seating area, the storage area. It is absolutely cozy, and I hope that you do as well. We'll probably end up building a little dock out here and then maybe extending some of this over just so we have a little more space. And then later on, I'll probably extend some paths once we figure out where all of our paths are going to end up going. But with all of that said and done, I think that that is going to be the end of this episode. As always, beautiful pixels, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed the cozy little build. I hope you enjoyed the music. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Goodbye.